document that sounds the alarm. That's right, the United States Government Accountability Office, the GAO, has published the long-term fiscal outlook document, clearly stating that the federal debt burden is spiraling out of control. This will directly affect programs like Social Security to FDIC's ability to insure bank deposits. Taxation and inflationary printing of the U.S. dollar are inevitable pressures facing the economy. Get this document free by calling 800-686-2237. The U.S. GAO has spelled it out in black and white. Call 800-686-2237. That's 800-686-2237.
In the New World Order's war against humanity, Barack Obama is the tip of the spear.
We've got to give them a stake in creating the kind of world order that I think all of us would like to see.
The Obama deception completely destroys the myth that Obama is working for the best interest of the American people.
Well, Obama's already fudging. He's fudged since day one in this election.
If you have a demagogue with a fanatical mass movement of personality cultists who is imposing the program of a group of extreme bankers and finance oligarchs, that's fascism.
It's not about left or right. It's about a one-world government. This film documents who Obama works for, the lies he has told, and his real agenda. Get your copy of The Obama Deception today at Infowars.com or download it in super high quality at PrisonPlanet.tv. The Obama Deception. The people strike back.
Times are tough right now, and people are unsure about our future. The economy is hurting, even though there are powers that would make us believe differently. Banks are failing, and the gold buyers are buying. Question: with all the chemicals being put into our air, how do you use gold when you're very sick or dead? Investing in precious metals is smart. Investing in your health could be smarter. Life Change Tea changes your life just by drinking our tea. Detox from deadly chemicals, flush poisons that cause harm to your organs, and lose unwanted pounds that bog you down. Call us 928-308-0408. Again, 928-308-0408. Or you can order online at getthetea.com. That's getthetea.com. Life Change Tea. We're changing lives.
If you have over $10,000 in credit card debt, you need to hear this. Have you been watching the banks getting their bailout money and wondering where your relief is? The answer you're looking for is the Bailout Group. The Bailout Group has settled over $100 million in credit card debt for people just like you. The Bailout Group can help cut your debt by up to 60% of its original value, removing those high interest fees and rolling everything into one low monthly payment. And the best part? All GCN listeners qualify for a free 5-minute debt relief consultation. This is the system that credit card companies don't want you to know about. This is a fast, proven, and legal process for your credit card debt concerns. Call the Bailout Group now at 800-324-6554. That's 800-324-6554. Debt relief experts are standing by. You have nothing to lose except your credit card debt. Call 800-324-6554. 800-324-6554 today.
Did you know that grapes are one of the most heavily sprayed of all agricultural products?
That's fine. We're waiting for them. They went to break about 20 seconds late. We're following their clock.
And that is exactly what we are inviting you to do today. Taste our wines. We select them personally. They come from small properties in the south of France. They are delicious. Connoisseurs love them. And they are earth-friendly. My name is Veronique. I founded the Organic Wine Company in 1980 for people just like you, people who love wine and want to do well by our earth. Call us at 1-888-ECO-WINE. We'll answer all your questions. I look forward to talking with you. Call 1-888-ECO-WINE, and that is ECOWINE.
Okay, Mr. Hartman, are we back together here?
I'll set my suitcase Helping you win the water cooler wars. Tom Hartman here with you, and we are doing sometimes it's hard to stitch together two radio shows. Well, sometimes. It's always a challenge to stitch together two radio shows. And we're doing it today with Alex Jones and his show. And is Alex with us?
Yes, I'm here. This is very exciting. I think we did it okay. I've got on the clock here that we're going to break next time at 26 minutes and 51. I just want to double check because
I'm showing 27:50 is our break, but Sean can correct me. But when
these
are
the numbers we were given, so
okay.
No big deal. This is exciting. This is fun. Tom, look. Regardless, they've stolen $12.8 trillion. They are taking over. Yes. They call it a conspiracy theory. When a week and a half ago it was in the Tennessee newspapers, I had listeners calling going, the regular army is going to be running checkpoints on the highways. We call the governor's office. The governor comes out and says the army isn't allowed to run checkpoints. And then the weekend came, and it was in the newspapers that they shut the highways down and had regular army out with the police stopping the traffic, it said, for miles on major roads.
And this is a clear violation of posse comitatus, and it blew my mind when I think it was the John Warner Defense Appropriation Bill during the Bush administration that they blew up posse comitatus.
Yes.
Let me just and again, this is something that I think people on the left and on the right should be equally furious about, is that our Constitution is being eviscerated, and it's not your new DVD, The Obama Deception. I mean, you actually, I think in some ways I would challenge you as being somewhat disingenuous because you start out with crimes of the Bush administration, not the Obama administration, and there are your 10-point thing at the end where you say that he's using the global warming hoax to tax carbon. Global warming's not a hoax, I would argue, and we can debate that, although it will probably take hours but the thing about using troops here in the United States, I mean they just create this again. This was the Bush administration. They started the AmeriCom, a U.S. Central Command.
Yeah, Northcom.
Northcom. That freaks out everybody.
But now, Tom, here's the issue.
Yeah.
It's all continuing but expanded under Obama because people say, Obama's a lot better because he's a better speaker and a nicer guy. No, it's worse because under Bush, people knew he was disingenuous. He came off as demonic. He came off as a scam artist. He came off as dirty, as seedy. With Obama, he is very charismatic. He does perpetually twist what he's saying. He says one thing and does another.
Well, let's Alex.
So he's able
perpetually.
To
I mean, again, I find myself in this weird position because I'm increasingly concerned about the direction that Obama is going economically and with regard to human rights and civil rights. And at the same time, I think that he's doing some other good things. And these are areas again where probably you and I disagree. In your movie, you say he's going to put into place a draft of national service, and in fact, he's talked about that. Actually, Rahm Emanuel has talked about it more explicitly. This is what Thomas Jefferson wanted. This is the basis of the Second Amendment, that every able-bodied man in America from the age of 17 to 47, Jefferson was quite explicit about it, should have a gun in his closet and be a member of a militia, and that we should have no standing army.
Those were local posses. Those were not controlled by the federal government.
No, actually, the local militias would be responsible to county authorities, who would be responsible to state authorities, who would be responsible to federal authorities.
But it was still local. And so, they've turned that idea on its head. They want the locals disarmed, and then they want locals purely under federal command. So the model Obama wants is clearly closer to the Soviet or the World War II.
Well, I haven't seen that, Alex, and neither one of us actually have seen any of the details.
I have.
Okay, and the community service that they're talking about, 50 hours of community service a year.
No, that's the start. That's the start. I've read Rahm Emanuel's book. What they had up at change.gov till they pulled it down. I know what they've called for under AmeriCorps and Secure Corps. And it is 18 to 25, 3 months of military basic training with assault weapons, but to be a domestic force, Tom. I mean, that isn't freedom.
If everybody in America, I mean, I would think that this would be the thing that the gun owners of America, my friend Larry Pratt, and would be going, let's have as many people in America,
but this is
armed
different
and trained as possible.
Okay, well, let's take...
so why are you concerned about that?
Let's take Bush and his faith-based initiatives. The, quote, left didn't like that, and I didn't like it either. Now, Obama's all for the faith-based initiative, and what this is...
I don't like it either.
It's a whole bunch of different programs. If you look,
we have 1 minute, by the way, Alex.
Okay, if you look at what they're setting up with these brigades, and I have the Philadelphia Daily News and others, it is tattletale squads, it is warrant service. This is going to be one group that's armed, like in the Stasi in East Germany, then with the rest of the people disarmed. And no, what Rahm Emanuel wants is not what Thomas Jefferson was calling for.
Well, we'll see. I mean,